everyone, welcome back to another CAPS video. My name is Surya and I'm a grade 12 student studying in Toronto. Today we will be talking about University of Toronto Mississauga, and we have a current undergraduate student to tell us more about her program. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Sravani and I'm a third-year domestic student at the University of Toronto Mississauga, and I'm currently doing a molecular biospecialist and a chem minor.
Great, so could you tell us how you like UTM and more about your program in general?
Yeah, so UTM has been one of the best decisions I ever made, actually. I've met some of my closest friends here, and I like how I live like somewhat close because family is really important to me. Yeah, and the campus is beautiful and there's always deer and geese around and in the fall and the winter. So you'll always catch people like going up to them and taking pictures. The campus is also small, so it's easy to get from class to class. And yeah, the professor and people at UTM are really friendly, and there's always some event going on somewhere on campus, so you never really find yourself being bored. And in terms of the program that I'm in, the science program does have a reputation for being really difficult at UofT. And I do agree with that, but it honestly depends on the amount of work that you put in. So there's a lot of help that you can get. So there's FSGs, which are facilitated study groups, and they're offered every week. And if you make the effort to attend them, then you'll see an increase in your grade. There's also academic writing centers. So if you're struggling with an essay, you can always approach them and you can make an appointment and they'll help you. As a science student, generally my courses in first year had a lecture, a lab, and a tutorial component. And a lecture is where the professor would teach content. The tutorial would be where the teaching assistant would go over content and then kind of do practice problems. And the lab would be where you get to apply your content. So you do fun experiments. So yeah, so that's pretty much UTM summed up and as a science student.
Great, thank you for that. So do you like the social aspect? Was it easy to make friends and get involved?
So yeah, the social aspect is pretty good. Before first year, I joined Facebook Messenger groups, which I recommend all first years to join because you actually make friends going into university that way, and you won't be as scared entering university because I know it is pretty scary. And yeah, everyone on campus is super nice and approachable, so it's easy to make friends. And I would recommend first years also to attend Frosh because everyone there is a shy first year student who's trying to make friends. So just approach them and strike up a conversation. And as well, there's a lot of clubs and societies on campus, so you can join those to make more connections. And yeah, like also like in lecture, like just turn around to the person that's next to you and just talk to them because everyone's always looking to make connections and friends at UTM or actually at any university, not just UTM.
Okay, so do you think it's easier to make friends as a commuter student versus as a person living on campus?
It's the same, honestly. Like residents, yes, you do make friends, and I guess you would be closer in terms of like, because you're living with the person, right? So you would know certain things about how a person lives, I feel like, on residents, but it's the same in terms of making friends as a commuter student. Okay.
So why did you choose UTM over other universities you applied to?
Personally, I chose UTM because of its reputation as UofT and because of how close the campus was to my house. So that's pretty much why I chose it.
So can you describe the application process? Were there supplementary essays required?
So yeah, it's been 3 years since I applied, so I'm not sure if anything has changed, and especially with this year being online. For me, they basically looked at the average of my top 6 university level courses. And for that, they also had certain prerequisites. So I think for me, they required like bio, calculus, advanced functions, English. Like all the requirements will be up on the UTM admission requirements page. So I would check that. For the life science program that I applied to, they didn't require any supplementary essay or extracurriculars. But I would say like you have to have your 40 hours done. I don't know about this year again, but like they would still require that 40 hours to be done. Like you have to graduate high school
Yeah,
to get in.
this year they lowered it to 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So can you talk about your course load and how much work you do per week and how you manage your time, especially with the online format?
Mhm. So the course load was difficult for me to adjust to in first year because it's a big jump from high school. The classes will be at a different time. And sometimes in university classes run late, so like 5 to 7 or like 7 to 9. So in first year, for me, like I found myself really sleeping in during the day, which is not a good habit. And because I thought I had like all this free time, now that classes are later in the day, but no, like I realized later in the school year that I have to start getting up because I didn't have time for homework anymore because I was sleeping in or I would be just going to lectures. So with that, I also fell behind school. I started waking up early and I did homework earlier in the day. And yeah, now I'm doing better in school. Per course, I would say around 10 hours of work per week, which is a lot. I mean, for a science student, I don't know about other programs. Yeah, it depends on the week because some weeks I would have a test for a certain class that I would just give more priority to. As well this year, because all my lectures are recorded, or most of my lectures are recorded, I find myself doing better in school. Also because I'm able to watch the lectures at my own pace and like pause and like take notes.
Great. So can you describe some clubs or opportunities that UTM students have access to?
UTM offers ROPs, which are research opportunities where you conduct research under a professor. And those applications are usually around February if you're curious, as well for internships. Those are also around February, and you can do them in your fourth year. And in terms of clubs, you can join the student union because they always have student initiatives around the school, and they're really dedicated to bringing change around the school. And there's also a bunch of clubs for whatever caters towards your interests. So just to name a few, I'm part of Aspiring Physicians, there's Rotary Club, there's Meet a We, Global Brigades. So there's a lot of things and you can choose whatever you want to sign up for. And I think twice around the school year, they have fairs with all the clubs stationed around, but this year was online, unfortunately. But yeah, you can go around that fair and see what you want to join.
So do you have any tips or anything you'd like to share with the high school students watching?
So yeah, I will say it's not as scary as everyone says it is. It is an emotional roller coaster. So you'll find in some weeks that you'll have a lot of stress and work piling up, like especially around midterm season. And other weeks it will be a little bit more slow paced, but I would recommend that during those slow paced weeks that you still stay on top of your stuff and not just like, fall asleep and say that you'll get back to it later, because when you do get back to it later, you'll be stressed. So also find some time to relax. I'm not sure if you guys know like how the university semester looks, but pretty much you have school from September to December, that's one semester. And then January to April is another semester. And between each of those semesters, you have a week off, which is called reading week. And during that week, it's pretty much just a time to relax and as well, like just catch up on the stuff that you've missed so far. And yeah, so that means that you have summer break from April to August, the end of August. And during those summer months, you can take courses. So if you ever drop something during school year, you can take it during the summer. So yeah, just an FYI.
Do you personally like taking courses in the summer?
A lot of people like taking courses in the summer. So what they do is they do less courses during the school year and then they do some in the summer. Personally, I like summer and I like to have it off, so I don't. And I like 4 months of break because I feel like after a whole 8 months of like stress, I need 4 months off because university is really, it's really hard. But yeah, I like having the 4 months off and I don't like doing classes. But if I do find myself like, oh, I'm like behind and I need a prereq for an upper year course, then I have to do it.
Okay, so thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us today, Sravani. That's all the questions we have. And for all those watching, if you have any more questions, feel free to contact our CAPS social media or comment down below. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you guys in the next CAPS video.
Thank you.